study after study out there providing tangible proof that there are glaring wealth disparities. Blacks often making less than their white counterparts with the same skill set and for exactly the same work. And believe it or not, that affects all of our economies. Dr. Julianne Malveaux is the founder and president of Economic Development Education. She joins us now from LA. Dr. Malveaux, we talk about a lot of things that affect black folk. The problem is the one that affects us the most is the one that is the least sexy, and yet everything we do is affected by this wealth gap. How do we close it?
First of all, we need to talk about the issue of reparations. The wealth gap is an intergenerational gap of black folks not having had the opportunity to accumulate wealth. We can go all the way back to the Reconstruction period and look at the ways that our land was taken from us. And that's why the reparations gap, reparations issue, HR 40, is so very important. Secondly, we need to be very, very clear as we negotiate salaries and other things that we want the same things that our white and other counterparts have. We know that that doesn't happen. My brother, we've seen so many studies of people who had to scrub their homes of their African artifacts to get $50,000 or $100,000 more on their home. We've seen so many studies of black women going into car dealerships and getting a different deal than their white counterparts would because they're black women. We have to be on top of that. And you know, the challenges in the previous administration, I'm not going to curse on your show, so we'll mention that person, but the previous administration, anything that had to do with discrimination was ignored. So the Consumer Financial Protection has a very important role to play, but we activists also have a very important role to play, and we must bust myths. You introduced me as the founder of Economic Education, but I'm also the dean of the College of Ethnic Studies at Cal State LA. And in that role, what we do is bust these myths about our people, Black, Brown, Asian American. Bust the myths and say, look, when you see an unemployment rate at 3.2% for white people, what does it mean for Black people, brown people, other people? When you see other kind of inflation data, inflation hits us unevenly. If you spend your money on food, you are getting your, you know what, kicked. Beef prices up 30%. Orange juice prices up 20%. These are things that people need every day. Now, if you got $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 income, the 5 cents you spend on extra orange juice is not a big deal. If you're at 40 grand, which is the average income for an African American family, hell, those few pennies do make a difference.
I'm going to stop you when you're wrong, but so far you haven't said anything wrong. But we don't understand how deep this goes. I did an investigation in the early days of this network that showed that the founding fathers of Equifax owned slaves in Maryland. Yeah. And everybody said, so what's the big deal? It is endemic in the entire system. And as a result, I don't give a rat's petunia about what my credit score is because it doesn't make sense. Our mortgage rates don't make sense. Everything that affects Black America financially doesn't make sense. We celebrate men going to space. We ain't got the money because they ain't writing the checks. How do we get Congress to understand it is the major issue affecting Black America?
Well, my brother, let me just disagree with you only slightly and say the major issue affecting Black America is voting rights. There are no rights without voting rights. There are no economic rights without voting rights. You saw the struggle under President Obama when Elizabeth Warren put forth the notion of a Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. There was so much pushback that she used that to catapult herself into the United States Senate, and good for her. But the fact is that this Congress, these white people, and let me just say that these white people, they ain't studying us. They are not studying us. And so we have to study ourselves, and we have to be activists around the issues of race and the economy. And by activists around the issue, we have to demand fairness. And one of the things that we can do that we won't do, because if you swim in predatory capitalist waters, you pick up some of their values. What if we boycotted all these people? What if,
I have
we just
raised that
applied about,
a million times.
we talked outside about something
I
about
have,
language, we ain't go use it. But what if we boycott these mofos?
but we have to have the same sense of backbone that they had in the Montgomery bus boycott, which is it lasted a
Yes.
year. Nowadays we want it to be over in a week. And if you look at the boycott of the not the Olympics, but the Major League All-Star game down in Georgia, within a week they were talking about, well, this is going to hurt my family and that family and this business.
Yes.
Boycotts
Yes.
cause pain, but with pain comes progress. Dr. Julianne Malveaux, let's have this conversation again. I want to thank you for being with us this morning.